Today on the channel, one of my most wanted and anticipated figures is here today from the Incredible Hulk line from Marvel Legends. We got the Professor Hulk.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today on the channel from the Incredible Hulk line, we got Professor Hulk. But for all your Professor Hulk needs and all your Marvel Legends needs and everything else under the sun, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there. And you know by now we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We'll do a little comparison of some Hulk figures at the end of this video. But man, oh man, this is the moment I've been dreaming of. I've been so excited for this one to come. It's true, Todd McFarlane, I have been. I loved Professor Hulk as a kid. Now, I was a kid, of course, buying comics. Every Wednesday back in the day, I was at my local comic shop. Shout out to Dragonfire Comics, Todd. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you haven't. Long since closed down, but Wolvie, I'll never forget you. But I used to go there every Wednesday with my dad when he'd get home from work. We would go there, we go to Toys R Us, maybe KB, Walmart, you never know. We'd get wild sometimes on a Wednesday night. But Professor Hulk, I'll never forget seeing the comic, such an iconic comic cover, either or. A comic cover where he's just mowing down everybody with that one. And as I said, I dabbled in some Hulk from time to time, basically by how the comic book cover looked. But I was more of a Marvel's X-Men guy, and all the X-Men titles, I bought all those. I bought all the Spider-Man titles. I dabbled in some Punisher, some Superman, some Batman, some Green Lantern from time to time. But I would also pick up a Hulk and other comics based on the comic book art every once in a while. And this is one of the most iconic ones ever. So to finally get a modern version of this, and I felt like this is a couple years overdue, but good things happen to those that wait or something. What's the saying, Todd? I don't even know. But I am very excited to get this one here today. I can't wait to get this one out of the package. Let's see what's going on, dare I say. Let's see what all the fuss is about. How about? We're getting used to this packaging by now. Definitely hallmarks to the old school Toy Biz days of Marvel's, I guess not Marvel Legends, I don't know, Toy Biz, Marvel line, whatever you want to call it, from the 90s. I was all in on those. I bought all those Hulk figures. I remember the Hulk cartoon. It was a great time if you're a Marvel fan. Very, very cool stuff and very cool packaging design. The nostalgia is here for someone like me. Marvel Legends there, Incredible Hulk. Love the Hulk graphic on here. Professor Hulk as well. Looking pretty good. On the side, Professor Hulk doing Professor Hulk things. Same thing over here. Little Hulk on the top. And then on the back, we get a little tail of the tape there. Look at those bunny slippers. That was probably my least favorite part about it. And I always liked on the cover, you couldn't see those bunny slippers. Dr. Bruce Banner transforms into a dark and distorted reflection of himself, but successfully melds his fractured personalities into a new super strong, intelligent form, Professor Hulk. How about that? How about that? See you later, Spider-Man style. Goodbye. Let's get this Professor Hulk out of the package. How about it? Let's get it done. Got that Hulk background, beautiful in green. We love it. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic prison, a hefty boy. Gotta get the most out of those Hulk molds. Look at that. Hulk looking very good. I'm here for this. Once again, got those big old slippers. And I think the last time we got this in action figure form, and correct me if I'm wrong, Todd McFarlane, but I believe it was from Funko. Didn't we get a Funko Pop and what, Todd? They're not really action figures. Todd's Mods are the action figures. Okay, whatever. But I think that was the last time we got that in any kind of figure plastic form. See you later, goodbye. Put a little spin on it. So I'm welcoming this one into the collection. And a lot of people don't know, they call him Professor Hulk because he was based off the Professor from Gilligan's Island. Yes, it's true. Gilligan's Island reruns in my childhood. He looks just like the Professor, but in green. And of course, the real ones know that for sure. But shout out to the Professor. Shout out to Mary Ann. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But let's dive into the accessories here. We got the trigger hand over here. You got to have that, don't you? And then we got a fist, a fury, because Hulk smashes. We know that. We know what he's up to. Got a smashing hand over here and a gripping hand. Choose your own green-handed adventures right there. We do got the big blaster gun. Now, maybe once again, it's me just remembering that comic, but I felt like he had a bigger comic and a bigger comic. Yeah, he had a bigger comic. But no, he had a bigger gun on the cover. Maybe it's me just dreaming. I'll reference it in this video, of course. And I remember he just kind of had like all these bullets shooting out all over the place. Would have been nice to reenact that a little bit. Just have him mowing everybody down like a young Punisher, like a young Frank Castle, Todd McFarlane. Either way, we got a new weapon here. Very futuristic, space-like with the weapon. Does have the hole in the end. Would have been cool to have a blast effect piece. I don't know how you can't just throw those things in. You got to think there's millions of those at the factory that just grow in and throw them in there. Just throw them in there. I don't know. But I do like him getting a weapon. It's not, I don't know. Once again, I got to compare to that comic book cover. But I felt like it was bigger and badder. And, of course, bigger, badder, better, as we know. Now, we do get these slippers. I don't know about this. This has gone a little too far. Reminds me of A Christmas Story. Where's Ralphie when we need him? But you got the bunny rabbit slippers right here. A fashion faux pas, if you ask me. But it does match my shirt very well, so maybe not. But got the teeth, got the eyes. It looks like a bunny rabbit. It looks like a peep or something like that. Looking good. And they, of course, just slide over those bare feet. You got to protect those feet. Slide in there. You don't fall out. Nothing like that. So they fit in there very well. We're here for it. Why not? But let's dive into Hulk. Let's dive into these Hulk heads. How about? We're going to start with the one out of the package. This is a dashing Hulk. He's got that windswept hair there, the green and black attack looking very good. Got two big old caterpillar eyebrows up there. He needs to get those a little manicured, maybe a little trimmed up. Beautiful blue eyes, very chiseled face. Just a he should be called Handsome Hulk. You're exactly right, Todd McFarlane. Should be Handsome Hulk. Second head, a little bit more gritty, a little bit more mean. A 2-in-1 figure, I don't know if I need to go that far, especially at this price point, but I did save 15%, Todd McFarlane. But this is the head you're going to use if you're shooting the gun. This is you laying on the couch with the bunny slippers, I think. But a little bit more menacing here, a little bit more Three Stooges in the haircut department on this one as well. But you got the mean old mugging face. Beautiful white teeth, though. You got to say one thing about the Hulk, he takes care of his brushing. So shout out to him. Diving into Hulk on this one here, you do got the bandolier, is that what it's called, over the top. You got all the bullets ready to go. Bullets flying all over the place. It is removable if you want it to be, so you can take that off if you want to strip that away. Have this as something different. Do whatever you want to do. Choose your own adventure. You could do it if you wanted to, but looking very good with that. He's got the black tank top over the top. Looking very good. Bare arms, of course, it's the Hulk, so you know he's ready to flex. He's ready to go. He's going to do some tries and buys is what he's going to do, Todd McFarlane. He's going to go to the Gold's Gym, do the curls for the girls, I think is what he's up to. But bare arms on this one here. He just got a nice belt, though. You got to keep your pants up one way or the other. Got very fashion-forward reddish maroonish pants instead of the usual blue or purple on this one. Looking good. Bare feet down here, but you can put the sandals on, the slippers if you want to. Now, he does got some butterfly shoulders on this one. Arms all the way around. Bicep cut. Single jointed elbows. Side to side. Hands back and forth. Side to side. Head back and forth. Side to side. Up and down. Head removable. Hands removable. Hula hoop up top. No ab crunch, but hula hoop. Traditional waist. Big old Hulk splits. That's pretty good for a Hulk. Leg goes up for the big boot. Double jointed pinless knees. Very tight on those. Very tight on the upper ones. There we go. Get it to move there. Get it moving and freely moving. Ankle, back and forth, side to side, up and down. Boot cut. No boot cut? What are we doing? Ankle cut, calf cut? We don't got any of that stuff going on. Obviously, he would fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand, but honestly, you don't need it with a guy like this Hulk. He's got a wide stance on him. He'll stand just fine on his own right here. Very, very cool to see this Hulk in the collection, though. I just wish the gun was bigger. I don't know. Maybe that's me just not remembering correctly. And that could happen, you know, memory. Dementia early on case over here sometimes. You never know. But man, I like this one. This is one I've wanted from the Marvel Legends team for quite some time. I'm loving all this Hulk stuff we're getting as of late. It's very nostalgic. Back to the old Marvel Action Hour is what it reminds me of. So I'm very happy to get this in my collection. Could have been a little bit better. Could have been a tweaked maybe. Yeah, some effect pieces would have been nice, but you kind of know what we're getting at this point from Hasbro. It is the sign of the times or something like that. But this Hulk, very, very fun. But recently, last week, unboxed this on the channel. Hulk 2099, another Hulk comic I got once upon a time. I don't really remember anything about it beside him being too dragon-like and like just too monstrous or something. I don't know, but very nostalgic once again. Looks very good here, especially with the different green colors. Love the bright green, especially compared to the dark green. Love that mix and matching. And then why not go take it to the max? We usually do around here. Got a little maximum Hulk action. And I wonder, can you swap heads? Oh, very tight. Hulk, what are we doing? Can't even get his head off. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? I want this handsome Hulk head off of here. Get this head off. Oh, there we go. There we go. So they're just got to pull on the head every once in a while. You could put this on here, and if it fits, of course it doesn't fit. Why would Hasbro make the ball joint the same on these? You could rest it on there, but I tell you what, that's not a bad looking Hulk either if you put that on there. But the head, the holes are not the same diameter, which is wild to me. What are we doing here? What are we doing? We'll never know. But we do got a couple of different Hulks here, and we've had plenty of Hulks of all shapes, sizes, and colors, as we know, between Marvel Legends and Marvel Select. But this one, I don't know if it's my favorite. That Select one's pretty hard to beat, but very nostalgic for me. Very fun to have this one in the collection after a lot of years. Probably be a fronter in my collection when I get him on display. So there it is, the Professor Hulk riding in style here in 2026. What's your thoughts on this one? Is it a pickup? Is it a pass? Is it a long game? Is it the dreaded no game? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channels, 2 YouTube channels with content every single day. Appreciate the support over there. Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, Kyle Peterson Show, available every single Tuesday wherever podcasts are found with video cast on YouTube. So for Professor Hulk, I'm Professor Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
We've got a long way to go and a short time.